It was a cold Friday night when Tom, a college student working part-time as a pizza delivery driver, received an order from a house on the outskirts of town. The address was unfamiliar to him, but he didn't think much of it. After all, his job was to deliver pizza, not to question addresses. As he drove out of the bustling town, the houses became sparse, the streetlights fewer and farther between. The GPS led him to a narrow, winding road flanked by tall, dense trees. Finally, he arrived at an old, dilapidated house. The windows were dark, and the air felt heavy. Tom hesitated, but decided to complete his delivery. He walked up the creaky steps, pizza box in hand, and rang the doorbell. The chime echoed eerily inside the house, but no one answered. He rang again, feeling a chill run down his spine. Just as he was about to leave, the door creaked open. An elderly woman appeared, her eyes hollow and voice barely a whisper. "Thank you for coming. Please come in," she said, stepping aside. Tom's instinct screamed to leave, but politeness and curiosity got the better of him. As he stepped inside, the smell of decay filled his nostrils. The house was cluttered with old furniture and dusty photos. The woman gestured towards a table in the dimly lit living room. "Please, place it there," she said. Tom quickly set the pizza down and turned to leave, but the woman blocked his path. "Stay a while, I don't get many visitors," she implored, her voice growing softer. Feeling uneasy, Tom politely declined and moved towards the door. As he did, he noticed something peculiar in the photos on the wall. Each one showed the same woman, but with different delivery drivers over the years. None of the drivers looked happy. Panicking, Tom made a quick excuse and headed for the door. As he stepped outside, the door slammed shut behind him. He didn't look back as he sprinted to his car, heart pounding. As he drove away, he glanced in the rearview mirror and saw the woman standing in the window, watching him leave. When Tom returned to the pizza shop, he told his boss what had happened. His boss went pale and said, "That house has been abandoned for decades." To this day, Tom refuses to deliver to that part of town, and the memory of that night haunts him whenever he drives past old, lonely houses. Mark, an experienced pizza delivery driver, thought he had seen it all, but nothing prepared him for what happened on a quiet summer evening. He was nearing the end of his shift when he received an order for a pizza delivery to an unfamiliar street in a nearby neighborhood. The instructions were specific: leave the pizza at the doorstep, ring the bell, and leave. Mark thought it was odd, but assumed it was just another contactless delivery request. When he arrived, the house seemed normal, albeit a bit run down. It had peeling paint and an overgrown lawn. Mark followed the instructions, placing the pizza on the doorstep. He rang the bell and turned to leave, but a sudden curiosity made him pause. He glanced back, half expecting someone to appear. No one did. The house remained silent and still. Suddenly, Mark heard a soft whispering, like a conversation coming from inside. His heart raced as he leaned closer to the door, trying to make out the words, but as he did, the whispers stopped abruptly. Silence engulfed the area, making the hairs on his neck stand on end. Just then, Mark's phone buzzed with a message from the customer. "Thank you for the delivery. Enjoy the rest of your night." A chill ran down his spine. How could they have seen him? The windows were all covered with heavy curtains. He backed away slowly, his mind racing with possibilities. As he turned to leave, he heard footsteps approaching the door, but instead of feeling relieved, a sense of dread overwhelmed him. He rushed to his car, jumped in, and drove away as fast as he could. That night, Mark couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Every shadow seemed to follow him. Every creak in his house felt like footsteps. He checked his phone again, hoping to find some explanation. But the message history was gone, as if it had never been sent. Mark later found out that the house had been empty for years. The last resident was a reclusive person who had vanished without a trace. The neighbors claimed the house was haunted, that strange noises were often heard at night. Though Mark continues to deliver pizzas, he always avoids that street, knowing some deliveries are better left undelivered. Thank you for watching Exposed Stories. If these tales sent chills down your spine, make sure to subscribe for more horror stories. And remember, sometimes the scariest places are those we visit every day. Until next time, stay safe and stay aware.